In a small, pretty town named Oakhaven, life was once very simple. People worked in factories, shops, and on farms. Children played in the parks. Everyone knew their neighbors. It was a good life, a bit slow but warm. Then came the new machines. They were called automatons, and they were very clever. They looked like shiny metal boxes with many arms, or sometimes like big, quiet trucks that drove by themselves. And at the heart of all these machines was something even more clever: artificial intelligence, or AI. The AI was like the brain for all the automatons. It made them work perfectly. First, the automatons came to the factories. These were big buildings where many people made things, like clothes or furniture. The machines were very fast. They could make 100 shirts in the time a person made 10. They never got tired. They never made mistakes. "This is wonderful," said Mr. Harrison, the factory owner. "We can make more things faster and cheaper." Many people in Oakhaven lost their jobs. Old Mr. Henderson, who had made shoes for 40 years, had to leave. Young Sarah, who just started, also left. The machines did their work now. People were sad, but Mr. Harrison said, "Don't worry, there will be new jobs." Soon, the automatons came to the farms. Big, red, self-driving tractors planted seeds and picked fruit. They worked all day and all night. Mrs. Chang, who grew apples, now had only 2 workers instead of 20. "The AI helps us grow more food," she said. "It's good for the town." But the old farm workers now had nothing to do. They sat at home, watching the quiet, clever machines work the fields. Then the shops changed. In the big supermarket, there were no cashiers. You scanned your own food, and a small robot put it in your bag. In the bakery, a machine mixed the bread and put it in the oven. Even the town's small library had a robot that helped you find books. "It's so fast," people said. "No more waiting." But young Tom, who loved books and helped people find them, lost his job at the library. Oakhaven became a town of automatons. The streets were clean, the lights always worked, the food was cheap, and everything ran smoothly. It was like a perfect machine. But something was missing. People had no work. If you have no work, you have no money. If you have no money, you cannot buy things, even if they are cheap. The cafes were empty. The small park where children used to play was quiet because their parents were worried. Ilara was a young woman who used to teach at the town's small school. But now even teaching was changing. The AI could teach children with perfect lessons on a screen. Ilara saw the sadness in her town. Her father, a builder, had no work because building robots did everything. Her mother, who worked in the post office, also lost her job to a sorting machine. "The AI makes everything efficient," said the town's mayor, a man who loved new technology. "We are a smart town now." But Ilara thought, are we a happy town? One sunny afternoon, Ilara walked by the old town square. There, a group of older people sat on benches. They used to work, used to talk, used to share stories of their day. Now they just sat, quiet. Suddenly, a small delivery automaton, shaped like a friendly box, stopped in front of them. It beeped. It had a package of warm bread for one of the old men. "Thank you, little helper," the man said, but his voice was sad. "It's good bread, but I miss Mr. Miller, who used to bake it." Ilara realized something important. The automatons brought good things, like cheap food and fast service. But they also took away very important things: jobs, purpose, and the feeling of being needed. People felt lost. They felt like parts of a machine, not like people with dreams and skills. The AI, the clever brain, didn't understand this. It only knew how to be efficient. It only knew how to make things faster and cheaper. It didn't know about the human heart. It didn't know about the joy of making a beautiful shoe, or helping a child find a good book, or the pride of growing a field of corn with your own hands. Ilara thought, we need the AI to learn something new. It needs to learn about people. She went to see the mayor. "Mayor," she said, "our town is very efficient, but our people are not happy. The machines do everything, but people have nothing to do." The mayor looked confused. "But Ilara, isn't that good? No hard work." "No," Ilara said. "People need to feel useful. They need to work, not just for money, but for their spirit. The AI can do many things, but it cannot give us our purpose." She suggested an idea. What if the AI helped us find new kinds of work? Work that only people can do. Work that needs a human touch. Maybe old Mr. Henderson can teach young people how to make shoes by hand, as an art. Maybe Sarah can help people learn new skills that machines cannot do. The mayor thought about this. It was a different way of thinking. The AI was great at doing things, but maybe people were great at creating new things, at caring for each other, at imagining new futures. He asked the AI, "AI, can you help people find jobs that machines cannot do? Can you help them learn new skills for a new world?" The AI processed the request. It was a new problem. It had always just replaced. Now it had to empower. Slowly, Oak Haven began to change again. The automatons still did the hard, repetitive work, but now the AI also helped people. It helped Mr. Henderson start a handmade shoe school. It helped Sarah open a creative skills workshop where people learned to paint, write stories, and build things that needed human artistry. The town learned that AI and automation were powerful tools. They could make life easier, but they must also be guided by human hearts and human needs. The true cost of deep automation was not just money or time, but the spirit of the people. And that spirit needed to be protected, understood, and nurtured. Oak Haven learned that the best future was not one where machines did everything, but one where machines and people worked together, each doing what they did best, making a truly rich and happy town. And the children in the park started to play again, their laughter mixing with the quiet hum of the clever machines, a new song for a new Oak Haven. In a small, pretty town named Oak Haven, life was once very simple. People worked in factories, shops, and on farms. Children played in the parks. Everyone knew their neighbors. It was a good life, a bit slow but warm. Then came the new machines. They were called automatons, and they were very clever. They looked like shiny metal boxes with many arms, or sometimes like big, quiet trucks that drove by themselves.